Hi everyone, welcome back and thank you for coming and watching my channel again. My name is Jamie. For those of you who have not been to this channel before, again, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all of my pregnancy vlogs and all of the other fun things that I do. And for those of you that are revisiting, welcome back. So I'm really sorry I haven't posted a video. I've actually been trying to upload the video that I did the other day because it was so long, and it's a book review on everything that I have been sort of reading and researching about in my pregnancy. I will link that in the comment, or not the comments bar, but the info bar below if you're interested in finding that out. So it's like 18 or 20 minutes or something, and it's literally been trying to upload for 2 or 3 days. I think I've canceled it 3 or 4 times. It's driving me crazy. So hopefully that will be done today, and then I can get this video up for you. So this is what I was talking about in my very first pregnancy vlog, and it's a journal called The Sacred Pregnancy, and I'm going to just do a little verbal journal about this week's entry. So this week's entry is all on earth energy. And like I've said, if you've watched these vlogs before, the imagery in this book is just absolutely beautiful. It gives you some information as far as, what are my subjects? Your body, your baby, your spirit, about week 26, reflections, ideas of how you can implement Mother Nature, some website pairing, an action pairing, and this week, because we're doing earth energy, is to plant a tree in honor of your baby. And then it gives you a little exercise that you can do with some journaling pages. I'm not actually using the book. I don't like how it's bound. So we're just going to verbally go through it. More often than not, what I find about this book is it's really reflective of my yogic journey. It's just a nice way to sort of bring all of that information, the energy work, the mindfulness, all of the stuff that you would do on your yoga mat, the exploration, the observation, the witnessing, the gratitude, all of that stuff is just coming into the experience of birthing. And so earth energy to me, really means just about grounding and trying to harness a lot of that stuff that kind of keeps you floating up here, and how important it is to stay grounded throughout your pregnancy, because it's a scary time, it's an unknown time, especially for people like me who are first-time moms, don't really know what to expect, are kind of getting to the nitty-gritty end bits, where all of a sudden we're like, holy cow, I only have 15 weeks, and as 15 weeks sounds like a long time, this pregnancy is flying by. And when I think about only having 15 weeks, there's a lot of stuff I still feel like I have to do. I did start to tackle some of the baby's room yesterday, and the day before yesterday, organizing, the furniture and stuff, but there's some things that I would like to do. I really want to get a king-size bed for our room. I plan on doing some co-sleeping, not with the baby in the bed, but with a side cart. And I'm having a really hard time getting out of bed when I have to go pee at night. So I'd really like to help that by, maybe getting a bed that's not a platform bed. Right now we have one of those wicker platform beds that only sit off the floor. So I'm hoping that a nice king-size bed will do us some good. I'm, organizing. We went and did our registry. If you didn't see the vlog last time, I did go and purchase the stroller myself. We decided that we would purchase that because it was a bit pricey. We didn't really feel right asking anybody to spend that much money necessarily, and there's lots of odds and ends that I would rather have people collect for me than me to remember having to go out and get. So stroller is done, check. It's lovely, it's beautiful. It's a little bit more posh than I probably needed, but it'll go through this baby and the next. So that's that. as you can see, I need to be grounded. Look at how off tangent I am. Woo! Okay, grounding, importance, reflections. Thinking about how Mother Nature supports you. Thinking about how the physicalness of the body is actually changing, our physicality, the structure, what we're actually, what we're actually made from. This is all that earth energy stuff. It deals with the first chakra, Muladhara chakra. And one of the easiest ways that I've learned in my practice to start to influence the earth energy within the body is just to get on your feet, to walk around barefoot, to connect your feet to the earth, to be really mindful of the roots in your feet, and to just sort of recognize the physical presence. So your meditation could be on, how do I feel physically? What are the sensations of my body literally as you're breathing? Notice the breath expanding, notice the breath grounding, notice the breath contracting, notice, you know, the sensations, especially of the baby. My goodness, last night the baby was kicking up a storm. It was actually the first time I have felt the baby kick me to the point where I was like, that kind of hurt. And it felt down in my, sort of my upper, I want to say like just in the inside of my hip bone on the left hand side, and it was a pretty good boot. I think it was a boot or a kick, or I'm not sure what it was, but it was almost like a little bit of a sharp, okay, that one I felt. But I had what did I have, a quesadilla last night with some soup, and the baby was so crazy moving. It was just like move, 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 move for like an hour. It was wild. Like I felt like I actually thought when I was lying in bed that I should get up and get the camera, because I felt like it was moving so reliably and so consistently that you would have been able to see it. So anyway, baby moving, getting in touch with the physicalness. I've been, you know, working a lot on trying to sort of maintain the physical body, I guess. Lately I've been doing some nurturing stuff like face masks. I've got these delicious face masks that I got from Lush that are all natural foods. I got some hair treatments, again all organic. I've been doing a coconut oil hair treatment. So really actually working on the physical side of things, cleaning things up, preparing. That is what I feel my week 26 is about in my Sacred Pregnancy Journal. A couple other things I wanted to talk about. One of the things in the Sacred Pregnancy Journal, and not because I recognize this, but because I realized I was getting closer to the end, I started having that little bit of a panic. I texted all of my friends and said, you know, my baby friends, mummy friends, asked them what they had done for birthing classes, because a lot of them are in their second children, and some of them in their first still, and they had done, you know, the one at the health unit, they had done the one at the Childbirth Kingston, and then one of actually the naturopath that works at the studio, her friend Jen, I guess colleague, is an RMT in Kingston, which is a registered massage therapist. She is running a program called Birthing from Within. So I called her. We actually missed the first 2 weeks, but we were able to set up a private session that we went to yesterday for about 3.5 hours with her, and we just didn't make up for the first 2 weeks that we would have missed. And then we're going to be joining the other two couples for the last 5 weeks, which will be Tuesday nights for, I think it's from 7 till 9. So that was really good. It was kind of, you know, it was really nice. We did a lot of pain work. She had us holding freezing cold ice cubes in our hand, and, you know, working with different pain thresholds and how we deal with coping with pain, and establishing some exercises. So a lot of it was incorporating meditation, breath awareness, sensation awareness, and sensory awareness rather. So the first time around, we just simply noticed how cold the ice cube was, and it was kind of hard. We held it for a minute, and then we did it in the other hand, and we just tried to find our exhale, which, I mean, it was, I could find the exhale, whether it was as, you know, beautiful, elongated, graceful as I would have preferred it to be, Probably not. It gave me a little bit of a challenge, but it did take away my, fixation on how challenging it was. And then Craig and I had an opportunity to sort of dialogue between the two of us, our coping mechanisms and how we establish different coping mechanisms. And he did a lot of visualization. So then the third time around, I envisioned my hand sort of, instead of fixating on the cold, I actually tried to pick up the heat that was in the hand, and it was unbelievable. It felt like the water just started pouring from my hand and everything just got really warm. So that was kind of cool. I didn't actually see fire, but I started to, I guess, maybe pay attention to the temperature of the heat rather than fixating on how cold it was. And then, of course, then we went into, self-guided stuff where we started to notice sound and visualization and the areas around the place and how they're integrated. All the different ways that we bring in the environment via our senses. So that was our next bit. And then we went through some birthing positions. We went through, what else did we do? A little bit of a labyrinth and this idea of, how to deal with the hospital if something gets escalated, and we do have a transfer of care from our midwife to the physician or the doctor at the hospital. How to go about trying to actually maintain and establish our birth plan. So asking the questions, and the acronym that they used was BRAIN. And let's see if we can really remember what BRAIN is. B stands for benefits, asking what are the benefits. R stands for, I'll come back to R. A is alternatives. Is there alternatives? I think R was like the results. What are the results of the intervention that's trying to happen? A is the alternatives. Are there any other alternatives that we could do? I is checking in with your intuition. With my intuition, does it feel right? And then the N was, what happens if I just say no to this? If we decide that no, we don't want to A, go into the epidural, or B, have an emergency C-section, what is the causality, or what will happen if I say no? So it was really good, because at that point, what they were talking a lot about was when we deal with birthing, especially for the mother, we'd go from left to right brain, and that sort of logical place in the left brain is a place that we need to be in, maybe in our very first part of the pregnancy, like sort of that initiation of like, okay, we're going into labor. And then all of a sudden when pregnancy starts to become a little bit more active, they refer to this as labor land. And labor land takes the mom from this left brain of logical processing to your very much more primitive brain, and it's that part of the brain that helps you and enables you to cope and deal with the process of birth. So in this right side brain, the idea at that point is each time you're drawn out of it, each time you have to answer questions, each time you have to think of things. So be it from your partner, be it from the doctor, be it from the midwife, be it from whoever it is around you, whenever the mother has to answer those questions, she's being pulled out of labor land, and in essence slowing down the progress of pregnancy, which over time could all of a sudden have the doctor coming in and saying we need to administer Pitocin so we can bring on the contractions quicker because the labor is taking too long, blah blah blah. So helping the father understand how to mediate if mom's in labor land in the middle of a contraction, and the questions to ask when things become challenging. So I found that really beneficial. This is a book. It's called Birthing from Within. The author's name is Pam England, and she actually creates the book with her husband. This girl in Kingston, if you do live in Kingston, her name is Jen Clark, and she's an RMT, and she was really wonderful. I quite enjoyed it. I feel like it was really on par with, the philosophies of my practice and what I'm hoping to sort of imagine the birthing experience like. It was a little like, okay, this is real. And at some point this baby has to come out. So we're still growing, but I think, you know, a lot of that dialoguing around did kind of make me go, holy crap, you know, this is a bit scary. More so in, I think, just the unknown, not knowing what it's going to be like, and, you know, having the trust in my body, having the trust in the midwives, having trust in the experience that it's going to be as beautiful as I know that it could be. So here's hoping. Pregnancy is great. I will chat about the birthing classes each week, because again, we are going to be starting to go as of this Tuesday for our 3rd class. Okay, so I'm going to cut it off there because I want to keep this in around the 15-16 minute mark, and that's exactly where we are. But I did want to show you 2 things. One, this is the progression of my blanket. For some of you who have watched my vlog, that's the inside part. We want to see the outside bit. Everybody who's seen my blog and my Instagram, you have seen the day that I went to Michael's and bought all this yarn, and I'm making the baby blanket. So that's the progression. I still have that brownie sort of orangey stripe. I have this lighter color stripe. So this is the one I'm dealing with. It's going to go here, and then we're going to red, and then the blanket's done. So it's been 15 balls, and I've only got a few balls left. So I imagine it'll probably be done by next week if I sit down and watch a movie. I'm going to move this back just a bit so that we can do a belly measurement and you can see my belly. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. Oh. All right. This tripod's not so hot. Whoops. Okay. So, belly, belly, belly. Craig usually does this for me, so I am 39 inches around. Yep, 39 inches. That's the biggest I've ever been. I feel like that's smaller than what I was. I did a measurement the other day. I'm gonna take it over here. Oops. I did a measurement the other day and I thought it was 41 inches. That's high. This tripod's not very good. It does this dropping thing when I put it at a certain height. Let's wind you down. Okay. So here's the baby bump. Feeling pretty pregnant. I don't think there's any denying any longer. I'm definitely having a harder time getting out of bed. Like I said, Craig and I want to get that king size bed, and I kind of want to do it like tonight. I'm sick and tired of it with my belly. And yeah, so there's my belly. Still using my Lush Therapy massage bar. It's delicious. Yum. I smell it all the time. So good. Okay, everyone. That's it. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you all sooner than later, because hopefully you'll get 2 vlogs in the last, or 2 vlogs in the next like very quick amount of time. Okay, bye-bye. Please subscribe and check out my blog spot. It's at OneUrbanYogini blogspot.ca. The link is in the bar below, and you can read all sorts of fun stuff there too. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching, and before you leave, be sure again to click the subscribe button. Below you can find a link to my Facebook page, my Twitter, my Instagram account, as well as my own personal blog. You can also see the link to my last videos, and if you have any questions, again, comment. Thanks so much for joining. Bye. Even